Join with me for the next few minutes in meditation, and allow the words that I speak to be the words of your own heart. So take the time now to relax and get comfortable where you're seated, knowing that you are safe, knowing that you are one with Spirit. There is a universal law of mind that acts on your beliefs to create your experiences. And as you begin to identify and break free from negative patterns of belief, you become aware of the new possibilities. I earn a great deal of money. I spend money wisely. Borrowing money is easy for me. Paying money back is easy for me. I always have enough money. I have a very good credit rating. I earn raises easily. I have a savings account with a growing balance in it. I am financially successful. I am free of my need to gamble. All my bills are paid on time. I have money to buy what I need. I have money to buy what I desire. My retirement is provided for. I am providing for retirement. I am always financially secure. I am debt-free. I joyfully release money, knowing I am in its flow. I have the money to pay taxes. Everything I need is always provided. I have as much as I can accept. I love and bless my money. I manage money well. As I relax and breathe into this moment, I recognize there is a perfect presence and power in the universe. This infinite life, which expresses as the divine qualities of abundance and support, is the source of all good. I observe these qualities in evidence everywhere. In the vast number of stars in the sky and the leaves on the trees. In the bountiful rainfall and luxurious sunshine. I also observe how many different forms of life exist and how lavishly they are provided for. I notice how limitless and bountiful the universe is, and how many countless ways abundance is expressed. Recognizing the abiding presence of divine abundance and support, I become aware of the activity of God's power in the world around me. I take a moment now to think and feel about this presence and power. There is a presence and power greater than I am, God, which is the creator of everything around me. I recognize that there is one God, one life, one mind, and that it is ever present, ever active, and constantly creative. I now take a moment to contemplate the ever-presence of God. As I observe the presence and power of God everywhere around me, I begin to experience my deep connection with Spirit. I know without a doubt I am part of Spirit. I know there is one life, and that life is God, and that life is what I am. I also know there is one universal law of mind, which always responds to my beliefs. In this moment, I feel my oneness with the divine qualities of abundance and support. I take the time now to sense the presence of these qualities within me. I now remember a time when a particular need of mine was completely met. I now think of a time when I felt a secure sense of being supported and sustained. I now remember these occasions and others and reflect on them. In this stillness, I know that as a spiritual being, I am not separate from Spirit, nor am I separate from the power that gives form to divine qualities. I now take a moment to experience the unification. As I observe the presence and the power of Spirit everywhere around me, I become aware that I am part of a great unity. I accept and feel my oneness with Spirit. I experience my oneness with this presence and power greater than I am. I take a moment to experience it now. As I maintain a sense of unity with a presence and power greater than I am, I know that abundance and support exist in place of any of my problems. I take a moment now to contemplate this idea, releasing all doubt and reservation. With every moment, I am becoming more deeply convinced the new and positive experience I desire is unfolding for me now. I feel the feelings of this unfolding in my body and take a moment to experience them. I recognize and accept the presence of the divine qualities of abundance and support where my problem appears to be. In this moment, I am creating a mold for the universal law of mind, so I am clear, definite, and specific. I see it, I feel it, I experience my unfolding good now. I know my new experience is already taking form in my life through the activity of the universal law of mind. In this moment, I recall an occasion in my life when I felt a great outpouring of gratitude. I completely recapture in my imagination this special time of feeling grateful and allow the experience to be fresh and vivid for me again. I feel those feelings as though it was happening now. I know when I have an attitude of thanksgiving, when I know my need is already met. Something in this attitude enhances my ability to have faith, to be open and receptive. So right now, completely and wholeheartedly, I accept that my money problems or any other problem is resolved, and I feel thankful for this situation. I am grateful. In this moment, I remember the feelings of an experience where I felt completely unburdened, as if a great weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I remember clearly what it felt like to let go. I remember the feeling of release. So gratefully in this moment, I choose to experience this feeling again in regards to this problem, or any problem I may have. I know that the universal law of mind is now creating the results I desire. I relax and experience a sense of trust, certain that this resolution is unfolding. I sit in this feeling of release, completely unburdened, completely free, completely grateful. I know my good is unfolding now. The act of releasing my affirmative prayer ensures that the how is up to spirit. I accept and I allow. For when I release it, the universal law of mind can freely respond to my new spiritual understanding, revealing abundance and support in place of my concerns. So right now, I release all fear and worry, and I allow this process to move forward. I deliberately choose to let go of the problem, and I am confident that the good I desire is already unfolding. So in this moment, right now, I release these thoughts, this affirmative prayer, this statement of gratitude that it is already done, to the activity of the universal law of mind. It is done. And so it is.
Melt away. Pray no more for brighter days. Surrender to a higher power. Live our lives within the sun. Declare heaven here and now. Directed guidance by the way. As these words turn into love, we're perfect just the way we are. Institutions slip away. We'll begin I'm going first to God. Get thee behind me, grief. There's abundance everywhere. Get thee behind me, envy. I'm going first to God. On my way down in the valley is alive and green. There's life here in the valley. Life sings your name. I said, get thee behind me, gluttony. There's abundance everywhere. Get thee behind me, sloth. I'm going first to God. On my way down in the valley is alive and green. There's life here in the valley. Life sings your name. Get thee behind me, lust. I don't need you anymore. Get thee behind me, fear. I'm going first to God. On my way down to the valley is alive and green. There's life here in the valley. Life sings your name. I'm clearing the path to God, seeking peace and relief within. Align myself with a higher power, humbled, confident again. I have questions I need answers to. At times I get lost and confused. Am I worthy of this life? Am I worthy of this crown? Am I worthy of the truths of heaven and your love all around? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Is this a loving thing to do? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Will this benefit my brothers? I have questions I need answers to. At times I get lost and confused. Am I worthy of my talent? Am I worthy to be strong? Am I worthy to be your vessel and be humble all day long? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Is this a loving thing to do? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Will this benefit my sisters? Yes, I'm worthy of this life. I'm worthy of this crown. I am worthy of the jewels of heaven and your love all around. Yes, I'm worthy of my talent. I'm worthy to be strong. I'm worthy to be your vessel and be humble all day long. Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Is this a loving thing to do? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Will this benefit my brothers? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Is this a loving thing to do? Is this God's will or my will? I ask myself these questions. Is this God's will or my will? Will this benefit all my sisters? If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can believe it, you can become it. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Thank you for all I am. Thank you for all I have. Thank you for all I give. All that I will receive. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Praises, praises. Make a joyful noise. Praises, praises. Make a joyful noise. These things have I spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, that your joy may be made full, that your joy may be made full. Make a joyful noise to the Lord of the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Make a joyful noise to the Lord of the earth. Break into joyous song and sing praises. Praises, praises. Make a joyful noise. 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 Thank you for all I am. Thank you for all I have. Thank you for all I give. All that I will receive. Praises, praises. Make a joyful noise. Praises, praises. Make a joyful, make a joyful, make a joyful noise.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity. I hope you enjoyed this past half hour if you had a chance to watch it, and a little bit of Valerie Williams music as well. So here we go with another live stream Sunday morning. Let's begin with one of my favorite songs by Dedry Francois called Here I Come. And Emilio, Yahoo, Yippee Skippy.
I'm ready. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're here with us. Here we go. Here I come. Here I come. I am spirit-filled, renewed and rebuilt. I've got a song in my heart, with joy I dance my part. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. I've got a smile on my face, and I'm ready to face the world. Here I come, oh yeah. Here I come. Here I come, oh yes, here I come. I am harmonized, upgraded and revised. I've got love in my heart and the courage to start. I am on cloud nine, one with the divine. With gratitude and grace, I am ready to face the world. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Oh yes, here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here I come. I'm ready.
Whew, that was fabulous.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
You think? All right. Now we're going to sing together. Sing along with me if you feel like doing so. Ready, Willing, and Worthy by Richard McDeasy. I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings here for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, God is able to bless me. Once there was a poor man who lived a godly life, now stood before his maker, asking why he'd been passed by. He was then led to a storeroom full of dreams of riches past. It was all there for the taking. All he had to do was ask. So I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings here for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, God is able to bless me. Long ago, a young man asked his father for his share, and though he spent it loosely, when he came home more was there. His brother became angry, thinking he was not so loved, but at any time he could have had what he felt worthy of. So I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings here for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, God is able to bless me. Sing it with me. I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings here for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy, and that's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, God is able to bless me. When I'm ready, willing, and worthy, God is able to bless me.
Oh. It's hard to calm down to do opening intention. That was just so fabulous. But join with me, everyone, with this opening intention. Join with me in consciousness. As I breathe into this absolutely exhilarating feeling of being ready, willing, and worthy, I know that I live, breathe, and have my being within spirit, for there is nothing else but spirit, and spirit is what animates me and animates everything in the world. It is also the unseen, the possibilities. And so it's in this moment that I open myself up to see just a little bit more of the possibilities, to open up my receptivity to more good in my life, to see more the things that I am grateful for, that perhaps I may have taken for granted. Right now, I see them clearly and I bless my life. It is good and very good. And in spite of what I see, I know that as I imagine and feel the life that I choose to experience, Spirit says yes and brings it to me in the most amazing ways. So please join with me for a moment to just imagine your good flowing to you, as I imagine my good flowing to me, knowing that that good is oneness, in oneness, and it ripples out and affects the entire world, starting with me. It feels so good. My heart is filled with gratitude. I release these words into the absolute mind of God, knowing it has already said yes, for that's where the desire to experience it came from. So I feel blessed and I let it go, knowing it is already done. Please join with me in saying, and so it is. And our next song is Get Ready, My Soul. Yahoo!
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment here, to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Yes, here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready,
I'm sure you've all enjoyed that, haven't you? So join with me as I read the daily word. Today's word is release. I release all that does not contribute to my highest good. John's gospel tells of Jesus' restoring life to his friend Lazarus, who had been dead for 4 days. As Jesus cries, "Lazarus, come out," his friend emerges from the tomb, burial cloths still covering his face and wrapped around his hands and feet. Jesus says to those who have gathered, "Unbind him and let him go." Even after a spiritual resurrection, I may remain bound like Lazarus by thoughts, ideas, feelings, or habits that keep me from the full experience of freedom. Through my driving power of elimination, I think is what it should say, I release negative feelings, dissolve error thoughts, and free myself from habits and actions that do not serve my highest good. I am no longer bound. I am free. The dead man came out, his hands and feet bound with strips of cloth, and his face wrapped in a cloth. Jesus said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." John 11:44. This is the year of Perfect Vision 2020, seeing through a spiritual lens. And I really do invite you, as we gather every week, to think about how you might see what's going on in your life and in the world through a spiritual lens, and how our good is unfolding in this, and the choices that you have to make in this time. The theme for April is Bright Beginnings. And I really feel this optimism within me stirring up. I know that we're about to emerge into something that we never even imagined, sort of like the caterpillar into the butterfly, still not knowing what that may be. So we're going to talk today about fire in the belly, and what that actually means for you may be totally different than what it means for me. But join me in this exploration. So we're going to talk about divine purpose, a little bit about Ramadan, and what's mine to do. And I'd like to begin with this idea of, think back when you were still living at home. Maybe you're living at home now with your parents, but think back to when you were first living at home, and you were starting to have this urge, this divine urge to break free, and that you were no longer satisfied with the way that life was presenting itself at home. You wanted to make your own mark on the world, to create your own home, to have your own experiences, and not be tethered by that of your family or the way that you used to live, or even the town that you lived in, because maybe you were having this urge to move somewhere else. And remember that when you did, maybe it was to college or to university, or maybe it was just out into the workaday world and into an apartment or sharing with friends. Remember that when you moved into that new place, how, yes, it was really good. You were willing to compromise, though, with some of the things you didn't have when you were at home, and to make do with what you were able to achieve on your own. Do you remember that? Maybe the couch wasn't quite as now just nice, the TV wasn't as big, the fridge wasn't always filled with groceries. I remember being in university and ran out of toilet paper and went to the laundromat to do my laundry, and actually stole a roll of toilet paper from the laundromat because I didn't have enough money to buy any. And yet there was this sense of freedom, of the idea that I was doing this on my own. I was making my own choices. I was my own boss. And I was thinking about that whole idea of moving from my original home to this new home that I then had. And what it allowed me to do was get really clear on how I wanted to live my life, how I wanted to spend my time, and what kind of things were important to me. And I'd invite you to consider this time of social and physical isolation, and where we're staying at home more and not interacting the way that we have. Give it the kind of lens, look through that lens on this being like that new experience of moving into something new. And allow it to bring up in you that which you really appreciate, and perhaps the things that you miss from the old life, and the things that you really appreciate that you have right now and that you'd like to do more of. And now as you think about that, do you remember the time, if it happened for you, where you had to move back home? And all of a sudden you left all of that freedom behind and went back to the old way, thinking, well, this is what I need to do right now. It wasn't the same, was it? Or maybe it was. But you weren't the same anymore. You were much bigger than that life and had experiences and desires that were much greater than that life provided. And I think that's what's going to happen to us right now as we move through this time of physical isolation, is that when we come to the other side of it, and I have no idea when that is, I know that there's a lot of experts out there that don't know either, is it going to be something that I'm going to try to recreate the life that I had before, or is it going to be like the trying to move back home again and it just doesn't fit? I don't fit it anymore. Just something to think about, because we get to choose what that life looks like as we move forward into it. So here's a nice poem that I read this week, and I thought I would share it with you. A man must go on a quest to discover the sacred fire in the sanctuary of his own belly, to ignite the flame in his heart, to fuel the blaze in the hearth, to rekindle his ardor of the earth. There was on the news, it was that weekly presentation that our government does, where they talked about, you know, we said stay at home, but we'd like you to go outside, practice this physical distancing, but start to be more physical. Go outside and dig in the dirt, and go outside and honor nature. And it's interesting that we needed to be reminded that that was an okay thing to do. And I kind of chuckled at that and thought, you know, it feels so good to sit outside. Like yesterday, a friend of mine was waiting for mulch to arrive so that she could do her outdoor work, and it was such a beautiful day to do it. And how many of us have forgotten that we can do that. We can go for a walk, go for a bike ride, go for a car ride with the windows open. Whatever it is, start to experience life in this new reality, whatever that means for you. So nobody can predict the shape of tomorrow's world. We're creating it with every thought and every movement forward right now. Is it the most empowering, what you're doing? How can you emerge from this time being stronger, more vital, more vibrant, more peaceful, more prosperous? Any of those things. How can you do that? What choices do you need to do now to prepare for that? They say fishermen, when they can't go out to sea because there's too much of a storm or whatever, stay home and fix their nets and fix their boat and do those kind of things. So what is calling to be restored, renewed, repaired, fixed? Today the question that is the yeast in the social dough is, what do we want? What do we want moving forward? I don't want to go back to the old way, the things that were just rote and automatic without thinking of it. I want to be more deliberate. And this is allowing me to do that. I am so much more aware, I think you are too, hyper aware of my interaction with others, my distance, what I touch, all kinds of things that I had taken for granted before. So divine purpose. What is our divine purpose? Our traditional routines are under scrutiny, and we're called upon to change, to become something we haven't been before, to live differently. And we may not even know what that is. Have we been killing ourselves trying to be what society wants us to be? You know, have that next bigger car, more expensive car, the latest model of this, that, or the other thing, the latest color and fashion, to be producing X number of cold calls or whatever it is that's in your life, have you been killing yourself to try and be what society wants you to be? And if you have, this is a time to rethink it, transform it, reframe it. And maybe you loved the life you had before. Know, though, that as you go back into this new reality, that it's going to be different, even if you try to recreate it. Relax. That's what I'd like to say to you. Relax. You are right where you're supposed to be in this moment, because there is only this moment. And in this moment, if you're well and you're healthy, then everything is just fine. And if you're not well and healthy, your body knows what to do. And the spirit within you will guide you to do and see the doctors or eat the way that you need to or sleep as much as you need to get yourself back into homeostasis. Trust in the process and relax and say, it's okay. Take a deep breath with me right now. Just relax. All the experiences that got you here and all the circumstances around you right now are powerful expressions of your thoughts. They say what you were thinking about yesterday created your world today. So what is it that you choose to think about today to create your world tomorrow? Perhaps you're sitting in a really difficult financial place because you really didn't realize that you needed to be as careful and as cognizant of how you spent your money before, or how you saved it, or what you invested in. Or perhaps you're physically really unfit right now because that wasn't a priority before. You get the chance to choose again right now, whatever that is. Perhaps you're in a job that you absolutely hate. That too you chose before. Is that something you want to recreate as you move forward, and what does that look like? Or if you're in a job that you love, how can you love it more? What can you do or be to have it be even that much grander, greater, more wonderful? So know this. If you awaken each day thinking that you are a wonderful, valuable human being, you naturally seek and find evidence of that in the world. So take a moment now and just say this out loud after I have said it. I am magnificent. I am wonderful. I am worthy of all the best life has to offer. Yes. Our expectations show up and remind us of who we are. So again, how you are experiencing life right now, the experiences, the surroundings, everything came from your expectations yesterday or a moment before. Our thinking, our beliefs equals our consciousness. So if you're not happy with what's going on right now, you get to choose to raise your vibration, to change your consciousness, to change your expectations so what you desire shows up. And you don't have to be specific about it has to be red and green with yellow polka dots. You can just go to, I feel so comfortable, so good, so vital, so exuberant, whatever the words are of the feelings that you have, and know that the universe, God, responds to you in reciprocity, exactly equivalent and more of that which you are feeling. Likewise, if we think that we're not enough, or lacking some characteristic in our makeup, or anything less than enough for the world, we seek to find that too. So I invite you to let it go right now. Just kind of brush it off yourself and just let it go. You are more than enough. You are beautiful, magnificent, and you are a unique expression of the divine. How could you not be enough? You are more than enough. What we are on the inside demonstrates on the outside. I said this last week and perhaps the week before, who you are speaks so loudly I can't hear what you're saying. So become that one that knows that I am fabulous, magnificent, unique and deserving of all the best that life has to offer. And I say yes to it. One of the songs that Emilio sang earlier, talking about the man who discovers that all of this good was waiting for him, he just hadn't asked. Are you ready to ask for it and then say, show me in a way that I know what to do next to bring it about? Are you ready to ask? So have we been killing ourselves trying to be what society wants us to be? What about what you want you to be? Take this beautiful time, because you are a beautiful, beautiful soul, and fill your consciousness with all the wonderful feelings, the desires, the dreams, the visions of the life that you choose to live, and who you choose to live it with, and what that feels like. Are you willing to undertake a spiritual journey beginning with the awareness that what we have called normal is a facade covering a great deal of alienation? So even in our separation now, we're coming to recognize that, we had our nose to the grindstone. I don't know about you, but there were many a times in the day where I really didn't even pay attention to the people that were in my life. I was in the store or whatever. Now, my husband, Reverend Randy, is very different. Because I'm an introvert, I have a tendency to kind of be in my shell even when I'm out there. Randy, on the other hand, talks to everybody. And I don't know how he's managed to stay so positive and chirpy and all of that in this time, because his interaction with individuals hasn't been as much as it used to be. Mind you, he still goes to Costco every week and does get to speak to people there and doesn't hold back in the talking to them. But how can you be more present? I invite you to think about that as we move forward. How can we interact with those that we do interact with, even if we are 6 feet apart or on the other side of a video screen? How can we interact with them in a way that doesn't create alienation, but creates a bonding, a togetherness, a remembrance of the oneness? Why not celebrate a new vision? A life with fire in your belly and passion in your heart. This is an invitation to an exploration. Let's create a new vision of life. This is a venture that will involve us for years to come. We will tell stories to our great-grandchildren about how it used to be. And they'll go, wow, you guys were crazy or something. So let's look at Ramadan, because that's being celebrated right now. I believe it begins, maybe it's tomorrow. I'm not sure about the exact day. This week marks the beginning of Ramadan for those in the Islamic faith. This means that they will be fasting from sunrise to sundown every day. This time of fasting extends beyond food to include water, cigarettes, sex, gambling, gossip, judgment of others, and such. Muslims believe that the absence of these activities creates a purification in the body, a fire in the belly, where one can truly see what needs to be seen around them. And isn't it interesting, as we have had to do this physical isolation, it's a bit like fasting from our life, isn't it? And it's giving each of us an opportunity to really find out what we desire. What is it that is the fire in your belly that's been bubbling up that you really, really want to cultivate? So what's mine to do? What's yours to do? There is no wrong on the path of your divine purpose. So don't sit there and say, well, I'm going to wait for God to tell me what's going to be my purpose, because God doesn't know what's going to happen till you make up your mind. You are the hands and feet, the physical expression of the divine on this earth, and you are unique and special and have all of the qualities that you require to be the best you that you can be. There is never a wrong path. And so even if you paint it as wrong, just say, okay, then I let that go and choose to do something else, choose to be something else, choose to honor my life right now and bless the past and move forward. I know that just because I live and breathe and am here today, that is my divine purpose.
How can I do that in the best way possible? How can I be at the end of my days sometime long into the future and look back and say, I was really true to me. I was really authentic to me. So where am I going? And who am I going with? You get to choose that today. I'm sure you look at, in your mind's eye perhaps, because you are physically isolated, who do you want to spend more time with? And I'm sure that's become really evident. And what are the things that have been left undone that you would like to do or go or be? These are great times to get clear, because as you get clear, the universe is already providing a way for you to be able to experience that in the most wonderful ways. Don't worry about the how, because that way will be made clear. So what stirs your belly? What is creating passion in you? What's bubbling up? The most hopeful thing we can do is merely to witness each other, tell our stories, and listen quietly. You know, something might be my passion, but it may not be yours or Reverend Randy's or Emilio's. So what I can do is say to you, tell me about what it is that you desire, so that you get a clearer vision of that, and I will listen. So what is our divine purpose? You are the perfect you. That's your divine purpose. To do what is yours to do, to be who you are. And Ramadan, look at this as a reminder that we're being given an opportunity to hear Spirit more clearly as we've let go of this way of living that used to be our life. And what's mine to do? Only you know what that is as you start to ask for guidance, because as you ask, you get the answers. That's how the universe, that's how God works. So say this affirmation with me, would you? I renew my life's purpose each and every day by allowing the fire in my belly to guide what's mine to do in the world. And Emilio's going to guide us in a song to really anchor these ideas. This is the moment.
This is the moment, this is the day when I send all my doubts and demons on their way. Every endeavor I have made ever is coming into play, is here and now today. This is the moment, this is the time when the momentum and the moment are in rhyme. Give me this moment, this precious chance. I'll gather up my past and make some sense at last. This is the moment when all I've done, all of the dreaming, scheming and screaming become one. This is the day. See it sparkle and shine when all I've lived for becomes mine. This is the moment, this is the hour when I can open up tomorrow like a flower and put my hand to everything I plan to. fulfill my grand design. See all my stars align. This is the moment, my final test. Destiny beckoned, I never reckoned second best. I won't look down, I must not fall. This is the moment, the sweetest moment of them all. This is the moment, damn all the odds. This day or never, I sit forever with the gods. When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this is the moment, the greatest moment of them all.
Wow. I'm breathless. That was fantastic. This is the time of our conscious giving. And I so want to say thank you to all of you as you support this ministry and allow us to be able to provide it to you in this so amazing and professional way. I really appreciate it. So there will be something at the very end of this broadcast that will tell you how you can send us your love offerings and tithes. So say this giving affirmation with me, if you would, please. From the love of pure spirit in me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. Knowing that giving and receiving are a spiritual practice, the more that you're able to give generously of that which you have, the more Spirit says yes and brings you even more reasons to feel generous. So this is apparently a song that was written for Emilio.
Yes, I met Harry Lewis at a time when I was really down, and I had gone through a crisis of health, and then coming through it, I was looking to record and sing songs that affirmed my new state of being. So this is one of the songs that I was drawn to, and Harry Lewis was kind enough to share this with me.
Wow.
And to rewrite it and so that it fits my new state. And I really appreciate that, Harry, wherever you are. God bless.
And what a perfect song for right now.
I know, we're all in sync, eh?
Yes.
This is perfect. So this is Now. It was written and composed by Harry Lewis. Now it is dawn, I am where I belong. I am healed, I am whole, I am waking. Now I can see, I can get all I need. It is here within me for the taking. Now I unfold and I feel in my soul I am free, I am whole, I am making every day. I was lost and alone like a leaf found the ocean, tossed him there, feeling fear and despair, mixed emotions. Then I woke up one day, I decided to pray. I stopped running away. Now I believe I can give and receive endless love, endless peace, endless pleasure. Now, with my faith from my heart radiates all the world that I embrace without measure. Every day, this I vow, here and now. I am love. I am life.
Absolutely magnificent. Oh, don't you just want to jump up and go, yay? Can you hear the applause? Just fantastic. Oh, do you have a prayer request? Because I'd like for you to think about that right now. And know that Spirit fills your consciousness with absolutely every idea you need to move forward, to lean into the resolution, the expression of that which you desire, and easily release that which no longer serves you. And please send us your prayer requests through our website, send us an email, or just read some of the prayers that are there. We are always here for you. We have links to Silent Unity on our website as well, so please use that as well. And for our closing prayer, I invite you to read this with me. For with God nothing shall be impossible, says Luke 1:37. The infinite mind of God fills my consciousness with all I need to live a full and happy life. I follow the guidance. I am peaceful. I release all fear. I am living love. And so it is. And we get to have one more song. And this one is a good one.
It's a fun one.
It is a fun one.
It's an affirmation in itself, right?
It is.
Bright days are here. This is by Johnny Nash. Woo! I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Woo! I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. sunshiny day. Yeah. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful week. We look forward to seeing you next week at 10 a.m. Bye for now.